Hello everyone, back again with movie and tune recap. Today, I'm going to explain a South Africa slasher horror film from 2018, titled Hell Trip. Spoilers ahead, so watch out and take care. The movie begins in a small cabin deep inside an African forest. A man is working on his computer when the power suddenly goes out, leaving the cabin dark. He calls his coworker to check the generator, but no one answers. Worried, he goes to the generator room to see what's wrong, and something happens to him. The scene then changes to a group of 7 friends arriving in Africa by plane. As they walk to their pickup point, they notice the airplane taking off again, which seems strange. The group includes a couple, Williams and Sarah, Emily and her friend James, Bobby and his friend Logan, and Sarah's sister, Mia. They wait for their tour guide, but he takes too long to arrive, and when they try calling the tour company, they find there's no phone signal. After some time, a tour bus finally arrives, and their guide, Adam, steps out. He apologizes for being late, saying the bus had mechanical problems but is now fixed. Williams asks how Adam managed to call for help when there was no signal, and Adam replies that he has a satellite phone that works anywhere. The group then gets on the bus, and their trip begins. Everything goes well at first, but after a while, the bus suddenly stops. The driver says the radiator pipe has burst and he needs better tools to fix it. He tells Adam he'll call his uncle for help, and Adam steps aside to make a call and tells the group that the lodge is about 8 miles away. He says they can either wait or walk there, and the group decides to walk, thinking it will be fun, and they leave the driver behind to repair the bus. As they walk through the forest, Sarah notices that her sister Mia is struggling with her bag and offers to help. Mia refuses, still angry at Sarah for leaving her when they lived with their father. Sarah explains her reasons, and the sisters finally make peace. Meanwhile, back at the bus, the driver hears strange noises while working, and thinking it's Adam, he calls out, but no one answers. As he walks toward the bus, he is suddenly attacked and killed off-screen. In the forest, James hears a loud scream, the driver's, but when he tells Emily, she doesn't believe him and says he is imagining things. Later, Adam warns everyone that they're about to pass through a mountain path and tells them to stay close. Bobby almost steps on a trap, but Adam stops him in time and explains that local tribes use such traps to catch wild animals. After walking for a long time, they stop at a waterfall to rest. Emily goes nearby to relieve herself but feels like someone is watching her, and frightened, she quickly returns to the group. After resting, they continue their journey, but Mia realizes she forgot to fill her water bottle and goes back to the waterfall alone. While filling it, someone is seen watching her, and moments later, the group hears her scream. They rush back and find a blood-covered tribesman holding her, and William steps forward to protect Mia. The tribesman, holding a knife, tries to speak, but they can't understand him, and Adam tells the group to leave and says he will handle it. A few minutes later, Adam returns and says the tribesman ran away, but James notices blood on Adam's machete and becomes suspicious. After walking for hours, they finally reach the lodge area, which is surrounded by lakes. As they pass through a stable, they see fresh horse manure but no animals. Emily climbs onto a horse cart to take a picture, not noticing a bloody handprint on it. When they reach the lodge, they see boats by the lakeside, but the place looks deserted. Inside, it's empty, no staff, no guests, and no one at the reception. On the counter, they find an envelope with a letter from the lodge management. It apologizes for their absence, saying everyone went to town for a funeral and will return the next morning. The letter invites the group to make themselves comfortable. Inside the envelope are cabin keys, which Adam distributes, James and Emily in cabin 6, Logan and Bobby in cabin 7, Williams and Sarah in cabin 8, and Mia in cabin 9. Adam tells them to settle in and meet by the riverside for a barbecue at 7 p.m. That night, Mia is seen in her cabin, unaware that someone is watching her from outside. She goes to take a shower, not knowing that the mysterious figure has entered her cabin. Meanwhile, the rest of the group gathers for drinks before joining Adam outside for the barbecue. Bobby asks Sarah where Mia is, and she says Mia will join them after her bath, and during the barbecue, Logan mocks James, which annoys him. Later, Logan goes into the woods to urinate, and James follows but loses him. While alone, James is suddenly attacked and killed by a masked person. Logan later returns to the group with a bleeding nose and says he hit a tree branch. The group continues roasting marshmallows until the fire starts to fade, and Adam offers to get more firewood from the stables. Sarah grows worried that Mia hasn't shown up and decides to check on her. When she finds Mia's cabin door locked, she climbs through the window and screams. The group rushes over and finds Sarah crying beside Mia's dead body, her eyes brutally gouged out. When Logan hears about Mia's death and notices that James is missing, Emily suspects him because of their earlier argument. Logan gets angry, but Bobby calms him down. William suggests finding Adam to use his satellite phone, but Bobby says Adam went to the stables. Emily and Logan go into the woods to search for James, while Bobby heads to the stables and William stays with Sarah. At the stables, Bobby finds no one and uses his flashlight to look around. He discovers a hidden door, and behind it are several bloody bodies, and one of the victims suddenly grabs his leg and weakly begs for help. Meanwhile, Emily and Logan find James's mutilated body in the woods and a broken satellite phone, which they think belongs to Adam. Bobby then appears, carrying an injured woman, and they all return to the cabin. He explains what he found, and the group realizes the missing tourists and staff were all murdered. The injured woman wakes up and introduces herself as Evelyn. She begs them to leave immediately and explains that she and her husband came to the lodge for vacation. One day, a man with weapons arrived, locked everyone in a room, and killed them one by one. Evelyn survived only because her husband protected her. The group decides to escape, and Bobby checks his map and sees another lodge 2 miles away. He and Logan plan to go there for help, but just as they are about to leave, a sniper's bullet blows off Bobby's head. Panicking, the group runs upstairs, but Sarah is shot and killed. William is heartbroken, but Emily and Logan drag him to safety, and the killer enters the house with heavy weapons. They barricade themselves in a room, but when Logan tries to hold the door, the killer stabs his hand through it, and terrified, they escape through the window. Emily, William, and Logan make it down safely, but Evelyn falls and breaks her leg. They hide her under a bridge, but the killer soon appears above them and stabs through the bridge, killing Evelyn. The remaining 3 run through the forest and realize there are 2 killers. After a long chase, they reach another lodge, which they find empty, and Emily begins treating Logan's injuries before stepping outside to get water. On the other hand, William finds a laptop showing hidden camera footage of them. Every room in their lodge had cameras. He also finds photos of Adam and newspaper articles revealing that Adam and his friend Ethan were ex-Marines dishonorably discharged for torturing and killing civilians. They were sentenced to death but escaped. William and Logan realize Adam and Ethan are now hunting tourists for fun. Before they can run, someone knocks them unconscious, and when they wake up, they are tied up. Adam appears with a knife and says he was betrayed by his country and now kills for revenge. He tortures Logan, gouging out his eyes and stabbing him to death. Adam reveals that he chose their group because most of their parents were Marines. His killings are revenge. While Adam is distracted, Emily sneaks in, grabs his knife, and stabs him. She unties William, and they run outside, only to be confronted by Ethan. They fight and Emily stabs Adam again, and William throws him into a nearby pond. They run into the woods with Ethan chasing them. William is shot in the leg, but when Ethan tries to finish them off, he steps into a hidden trap and is killed. Emily and William take his satellite phone and call for help. Later, they reach the edge of the forest, where a rescue helicopter arrives, and the movie ends. Okay guys, that's all the recap about Hell Trip from 2018. Thanks for watching. See you again in the next video.